What's good, everybody? It's your brother Mad Black, the most dangerous and the most toxic black man on the internet. And I am black up in your face again with some more pro black commentary. So, I was scrolling around on social media the other day and I saw this report saying that Joe Biden is going to be drafting a foreign aid bill for that includes money and aid to not only the Ukraine but also to Israel now. So, and it's going to be to the tune of $100 billion. So, $100 billion for foreign aid. Okay, so listen, there are people in this country right now who've been born here, whose families have lived here for centuries now, who are struggling. Okay, inflation is through the roof. Gas is high. Just trying to buy some groceries. Groceries are high. I've been out grocery shopping a couple times, and just buying a small bag of something, the prices has gone through the roof. It's ridiculous. Um, it's tough out here as far as jobs. You know what I mean? As far as like the money that some of these jobs want to pay. Sometimes it seems like a lot, but when you consider the inflation in that area, is really not a lot as far as the cost of living goes. Rent is extremely high, and there are a lot of people who can't even afford to, or nor can they save to buy a home. Just lots of stuff out here is real bad for your average American, right? But Joe Biden is able to go out there and just sign some papers and get $100 billion for people who are not even from here, right? And it's not even going to anyone who lives here. It's going to people overseas somewhere. Now, doesn't Israel have enough money? Yes, I understand they're going through their little conflict with the Palestinians again, as if this had never happened in human history before. That area where Israel is one of the most conflict prone areas on planet Earth. Okay, since the beginning of time, since ancient times, people have been fighting over that one little piece of land in that little area, and we're really going to waste billions of dollars or throw more money at them for what? They got jets, they have modern military weapons, they got drones, they got everything else. They do not need anything from the United States. Same thing with the Ukraine. Ukraine is not a derelict country. Ukraine is a fairly modern country. Okay? And we've sent all types of aid over there trying to help them fight the Russians, right? Or beat back the Russians. Just a mess. And we've even allowed a lot of their people to come here and get money when they come here. So for all those people who talk trash about, why can't black people pull themselves up by their bootstraps, why don't you say the same thing to Jews and Ukrainians? They don't have to pull up anything. All they do is pull up and get a check from the United States. Same thing with some of these other foreigners, like that come here from South America. They don't pull themselves up by the bootstraps. They get cash money, dollar bills, y'all, when they get here to the United States. We get nothing. Okay. And, all the idiots out there that voted for Joe Biden who thought they were going to get some sort of forgiveness for their student loans, or who thought, that they were going to get another stimulus check, didn't get jack shit from Joe Biden other than his clumsy ass falling on camera 24/7. That's the only thing you get from Joe Biden, is watching him do a Benny Hill routine or Mr. Bean routine and fall and mess up his lines and everything else, sounding just as ridiculous and absent-minded as George Bush Jr. did not too long ago, a few decades ago. Okay, so so when people ask you to, first of all, they try to tell you to have confidence in this government, or they try to tell you to, when anytime black people bring up the discussion of reparations, or you're not going to get our vote, until you get reparations. They always say, well, you have to vote for these people, or these people have to come together to draft something and come up with all these different bills to give black people reparations money. It doesn't seem like anyone has to vote for anything when it comes to some of these other bills, right? When it comes to these foreign aid bills, the government through the executive branch just goes out and signs something and will give out billions of dollars. And people don't realize, like, I think a lot of people are very ignorant to how both the executive branch and also how the financial areas of this country work, because they can literally just print some extra money and put it out there for whoever, right? So for them to make it seem like they can't give black people reparations, it's not that they can't, it's just that they don't want to. That's why there's always uh, so many either distractions or trying to play the shell game. Anytime black people try to talk about reparations, they try to throw something else out there as a distraction to get you off of talking about it, because it's not that they can't do it, it's just that they don't want to do it. Okay, giving black people any type of financial leg up is against American policy, right? They're supposed to, because to them, and based on how this American system is, there has to be someone at the bottom, and they've decided that black people are always, as a majority, are going to be at the bottom. Okay, don't get confused because LeBron James is rich or because Oprah is rich. That doesn't count. One or two doesn't count. If one or two black people being wealthy or rich is an excuse for why don't other black people get together, then why are there so many white people on meth and opioids when people like Bill Gates and others are extremely successful? You got Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, uh, the dickhead that owns Twitter. How come if those people are wealthy and rich, how come white people can't get together? Why are there poor white people out there? You see? Why are they not pulling themselves up by the bootstraps? Right? So when you have a society like this that constantly keeps black people down or pushes black people down to the bottom, or makes us, when anytime a black person even brings up the inequalities in this country and tells you what would be needed to set things right when it's financially, they always want to argue you down, but they immediately throw money at these foreigners, right? Who are just not who we know for the a fact are just going to use that money and that aid to kill another group of people, right? We know where that aid is going. They always talk about, oh, if we give some money to black people are just going to take that money, be ignorant, spend it on Newports and fried chicken or whatever. Whatever the jokes are. They made the joke on that Dave Chappelle skit years ago, right? If you give black people reparations, black people are just going to be just as ignorant or even more so. But we know when we give money and aid to these countries like Israel and the Ukraine, they're using it for weaponry to kill other people. It doesn't matter if we don't agree with the Palestinians or we don't agree with the Russians. We know that the money that we're giving to them that's basically blood money. Okay, that's kill money that we're giving these people. But we continue to do so without any concern for what happens to these other people. But when it comes to black people, you got an excuse, and every excuse in the book as to why they can't give you reparations money, right? So remember this when the election season comes up, because they're going to be promising you all types of nonsense. They're going to make it seem as um, if they gave some bootlicking Negro a job in the United States government or in the Supreme Court or in the Senate or wherever, they give these black Negroes these little token positions, and they make it seem like that's your reparations. That's how we did something for you, right? Because we put a bootlick and gave them a job, one Negro a job. Somehow that's helping all of you. And some of you idiots fall for that. But I'm telling you, that's not reparations. That's not helping the black masses. Okay. And, telling us we need to work with the Latinos or some other groups and making it seem like we just got to work with them while you're giving them actual money, that's not going to work either. You folks let me know how you feel about it in the comments section. Anyway, Mad Black, and I will be back with my foot on the devil's back.